Okay, continued conversation about epigenetics, gene expression, and your environment and how it affects it all. If you haven't watched that last video, go watch it. Hello, I'm Shalane Carter. I'm an energy healer, and I also work with your subconscious mind. I'm in school for integrative medicine that specializes in quantum physics, so this type of stuff is my jam. So we talked about that your limited amount of genes, right? 20 to 25,000. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, so don't quote me. Expresses itself 30,000 different ways and different combinations, which is really, really freaking cool for one particular reason. Okay, we used to believe that people were like blessed with specific genes and they were just lucky, and of course, because they just have good genes, and that's why. Now understanding that the genes express themselves in so many different ways based on your environment, right? So your external environment, right? The house you live in, the things you see, the things that you hear, the way that you interact with people, but also your internal environment, what you think, your thought patterns, what you believe to be true. Now that changes the game. Because if that's the case, then nobody hit the genetic lottery and just was skinny, or just was so smart, or just never got sick, or just was never predetermined for heart disease, any types of cancer, anything like that. It means that the combination of their environment, external and internal, created the probability increase that those genes would express that. Don't mind me just over here making a smoothie while talking about genes, no big deal. So as a byproduct, what's happening now is that you're like, okay, if I have things or ailments, or I think, this is what I find so common, and I've been testing this hypothesis out for years, even before I went to school. I have 2 kids, they're now 12 and 14, but school, everybody goes back to school and everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna get, kids are gonna bring something home, or, oh, we're gonna get sick because it's, winter time or whatever, it's going around. I do not subscribe to that. And most years, as a byproduct, we do not get sick. My children and I get sick usually once every 4 or 5 years. I'm talking even cold stuff. And my kids probably once every other year or so. Now they might get change of season sniffles, but not cold fever situations. Part of that is obviously the environment, foods we eat, things like that. But I don't talk about that. I don't worry about that. I don't subscribe to it at all. This is a reminder to watch your thoughts. They could be making you sick.